aged 5, was a beautiful little girl with cascading curly black hair, deep brown eyes, and long dark eyelashes. The Elwell family lived in a cozy one-story home on Meta Avenue. Judith, similar to most young girls, found joy in playing with baby dolls, particularly her favorite 11-inch blonde doll named Mary Ann. She relished playing outside with the other children in her neighborhood, usually not straying far from home unless she was with her friends. One day, however, Judith went out to play and disappeared without a trace. Judith was last spotted by her mother, Lola Elwell, between 6:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. on July the 6th, 1967. She requested her mother style her baby doll's hair with pink ribbons. Shortly after, Mrs. Elwell noticed Judith going back outside to enjoy some playtime in the backyard. At 8:50 p.m., James Elwell, her father, arrived home from work, only to find that Judith was absent from her usual spot by the bush in the front yard, where she typically awaited his return. After his attempts to find his daughter failed, he contacted the police. Mr. Elwell later recalled that Judith had mentioned a disturbing dream to her mother a month before she went missing. "Mommy, I cried last night because a big black car came into the yard and took me." In retrospect, the dream felt almost like a warning. A thorough search for the young girl was initiated. According to the Daily Oklahomian, it was described as one of the most prolonged and comprehensive searches, engaging more individuals than any other in decades of Oklahoma City history. On July the 7th, a search team located one of Judith's blue canvas shoes in a spot just behind and east of her home. Authorities questioned the Elwells in detail at the police station, scoured their house, and dug up their yard, but ultimately did not connect them to the kidnapping. The case looked like it was going cold, but then another young girl inexplicably went missing. Brenda Lois White entered the world on November the 22nd, 1960, to parents Bobby Joe and Connie White, living on Patrick Drive in Midwest City. On August the 3rd, 1967, at 3:30 p.m., she was last spotted at Pop's grocery store just a block away from her residence, where her bicycle was left parked outside. Law enforcement immediately thought that the abductions of Brenda and Judith were intertwined, leading to a significant search effort for Brenda. 3 months later, on November the 19th, 2 quail hunters were walking near a deserted farmhouse when they found a human skull. They immediately contacted the authorities, who later discovered several bones at the scene, along with a frayed blue and white dress and some undergarments. On November the 23rd, Brenda's mother acknowledged the tattered dress as one she had personally designed for her daughter. Days later, Dr. James Luke, the state medical examiner, declared Brenda's death as a homicide, yet he indicated that the cause of death was undetermined due to severe post-mortem decomposition and the partial recovery of skeletal remains. Investigators looked into several possible suspects, but ultimately did not apprehend anyone for the abduction of Judith and the murder of Brenda. Troy Thiessen, a private investigator based in Lawton, Oklahoma, is convinced that a single individual is responsible for the abduction of both girls and claims to know who the suspect is. However, the suspect's name has not been disclosed to the public. I would really appreciate your insights. What are your thoughts on what happened to Judith and Brenda? Do you see any connection between their cases? places. Let's chat about it. Thank you for watching.